Hello friends. Today we have a recap of 2017 called Very Bad Girls. 2006 Jess, Alice, Frankie and Blair are college BFFs having fun at their last party together. Jess moves to Australia but promises the girls not to forget them. 10 years later, Jess becomes a senator's candidate, but loses the competition because it behaves too tight. Preparing for the election, she forgets about the upcoming wedding, but Alice does not leave her alone and demands a bachelorette party. Having rented a house in Miami, Jess invites her girlfriends to have fun and relax, forgetting about street problems and obligations. Having met at the airport, the girls make a real commotion and hurriedly fly away. Upon arrival, they meet neighbors without complexes and settle down in a chic mansion, having found a swing for adults in one of the rooms. Pippa joins the girls in the restaurant. Best friend of Jess, who studied with her in Australia, Alice painfully perceives the appearance of uninvited guests and makes fun of her, trying to prove which of them is the real bridesmaid. Having gone to the toilet, Frankie was able to get illegal substances and invites the girls to relax. Having powdered the nose of a friend, they go to a nightclub and come off in it to the fullest. Approaching men they ignore, using the tampon trick these days. Having arranged an enchanting dance on stage with Alice's epic fall, the girls decide to powder their nose again. After which they return home after ordering a stripper and pizza. Having met a stranger on the doorstep of a friend's house, they take him for a call man and look forward to a hot dance for Jess. At some point, Jane begins to act too arrogantly and sticks to the bride who rejected him. Alice does not lose momentum and decides to saddle the stallion, but such a gift was clearly not the right size. The man fell over and hit his head and couldn't get up. It soon becomes clear that he is dead. The girls are in a panic and they don't know what to do with the body. The thought of calling the police is out of the question, since none of them wants to go to jail. In addition, this can put an end to the career of Jess and Blair, who will not be able to sue the child from her ex-husband. To bring the girls to their senses could another ringing at the door. Trying to get rid of the witness as soon as possible, Pippa takes the pizza from the delivery man and drives him away. Instead of dealing with Jay's corpse, the girls decide to have a bite to eat and relax a little while eating stress-hot pizza. After conferring, they remember that Uncle Blair is a lawyer and can help them. Peter calls Jess to find out how her bachelorette party is going. Being in shock, she almost tells about what happened, but her friend snatches the phone out of her hands in time and smashes it. Deciding to use a disposable phone to contact the lawyer, Frankie and Blair drive into town to buy a new SIM card. At this time, Jess, Pippa and Alice realize that their house is made of glass and is visible from all sides. Having covered the walls with blankets, they feel safe, but not for long, because a neighbor's dog ran into their house. Without fear of Pippa bites, returns the animal to its owner and eliminates the threat of exposure. Trying to hide the girl's corpse, they drag it to the garage. But at that moment, the door starts to act up. Noticing an approaching taxi, they try to cover up the body of the Blair stripper and Frankie distracts the driver. Without thinking of anything better, the girls hide Jay in the only room with no windows. Having contacted Uncle Blair, the girlfriends find out that they could get away with everything, but only on the condition that they would not touch the body. Harboring is an aggravating factor that puts them at risk of up to 15 years. No body, no case is the only correct solution that the lawyer offers. Meanwhile, Peter's bachelor party is utterly boring and dull. Diversifying the guy's evening was the last phone call, during which Jess almost confessed to the murder and then hung up. Afraid that the bride could cheat with a stripper, Peter decides to go to Miami. In order not to make forced stops, he stocks up on energy drinks, diapers and illegal pills. On the way, Peter exceeds the speed limit and attracts the attention of the patrol police. Considering the driver strange, the police force him to pass an alcohol test. Under the influence of pills and energetics, Peter easily copes with all tasks and does not arouse any suspicions in the cop after a little consultation. The girlfriends understand that they are not ready to break their usual way of life. Jay was a private stripper and no one knows where he is. Having decided to drown the body, they take it to the beach and fall into the field of view of the neighbors who are ready for various interesting experiments. Once Leah and Piero leave, the Pippa dumps the body into the ocean. Upon their return, the girls notice a surveillance camera that could film everything that happened on the beach. Knowing about the interest of the neighbors in one of them, the girls send Blair to them. Having seduced Leah and Pietro, she offers to film the process on camera. They agree and make love to her on the beach. After which they admit that the surveillance camera has not been working for a long time. Returning to the house, the girls carry out a general cleaning and eliminate the evidence. Rejoice at the successful end of the problems, they decide to arrange a festive photo shoot. Taking a photo on the shore, they notice Jay, whose body was returned by waves. The development of a new plan of action is interrupted by a policeman demanding to immediately open the door. The girls hide and Frankie meets Scotty. He begins to approach the girl. She beats him so hard from fear that he loses consciousness. Trying to drag the body, they tear off the clothes from the policeman and realize that he was a real stripper. Leaving Scotty in the bedroom, the girlfriends decide to take the corpse away in his car. Trying to get rid of Jay's body as soon as possible, the girls run into a speed bump and the guy flies out through the roof. Returning home, the girlfriends begin to swear and reproach each other for looking for the last one. At some point, Jess takes out all the anger on her best friend and offends Alice greatly. It turned out that she did not invite her to the holidays and did not communicate on Skype. Considering her friend possessive and selfish. Peter doesn't like Alice because she demands too much attention. Having spoken, Jess decides to take a shower and goes to the bathroom. A minute later, the girls hear some kind of suspicious sound and find Jay's jacket and phone, the location of which someone tracked. At that moment, detectives knock on the door and demand to let them into the house. It turned out that Jay is a dangerous criminal who robbed a jewelry store and fled from prosecution. Seeing that he is dead, the detectives calm the girls and say that they will not have problems with the law. During the interrogation, Pippa sees a news story and realizes that these two are not police officers but accomplices of the robber. Referring to Blair, she asks her to go get the phones and call the real cops. Awake Scotty does not let the girl to the box and makes too much noise. Fraser and Ruiz realize they've been exposed, so they tie the girls up and threaten them with guns. After taking a shower, Jess finds Alice's greeting card in which she thanks her for many years of friendship. Realizing the mistake, she wants to apologize to her friend and notices the drama taking place on the first floor. Hiding, Jess waits for Fraser and neutralizes him with hairspray. Having taken possession of the weapon, she forces the criminal to handcuff himself to the pipe and seal his mouth with a wax strip for depilation. Attacking Ruiz, the girl tries to protect her friend and knocks the gun out of his hands. Alice manages to pick up a weapon and shoot the criminal in the leg, after which Jess finally knocks him out. Fraser has freed himself and wants to escape, but Peter, who has flown into the house, knocks him down. Jess reassures her lover and confirms that she loves only him and is ready to get married this weekend. The next morning, the couple legalized the relationship during a drunken party. Blair and Frankie reunite as a couple and Alice has an affair with Scotty. In Miami, killing criminals is considered a good deed, so all charges against the girls are dropped. Jess's assistant calls to let everyone know about her adventures in Miami. As a result, all television channels invite her for an interview, and the ratings for the post of senator are just going wild. A week later, Jess wins the presidential race and takes the long-awaited post. In the scene after the credits, she and Peter give Alista a lift. My girl, having decided to have dinner, enters the pasta pan and finds the diamonds hidden by Jay. And that's where the movie ends. Thank you for watching the video to the end. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss new videos.